It's actually a really good tune. I always avoid the chill one for some reason. But anyway, well met, lords and ladies. Jacob Butter speaking, and welcome back to another episode of. So I know that I got asked to do this video on Wednesday. Not sure why Wednesday specifically, but not John. Josh did say. Well, I say Johnny for some reason. Yeah, but Josh did ask if I would watch Rare Episode 5 on Wednesday, as well as catch up with a bunch of other stuff. Now, I have, apart from Rip in the Dark Episode 2, I have actually caught up with all the stuff I think that I got asked to review beforehand. So now it's just would have been back to the usual, were it not for the message from Josh asking about these ones, which is fine. The only reason I changed it this time is because I have a particular guest who has not seen any episodes of Rare just yet, and I think would get, I think needs to see at least one of these episodes for reasons that we will get to hopefully very shortly. That guest is not here right now. He's in the shower. We got BB instead.
Well, I have always excelled at many things, and being the third wheel, the second fiddle, is one above all of them. I stand here while some random person that I don't know takes showers, and that's what I'm paid to do. That's just my thing.
I'm not going to dissect that at all. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Rare Episode 5, everyone. Haven't had a chance to go back and watch the other episodes again, but I believe that last time we had Danny and Valerie patch things up, and I believe that's where we are right now. So I guess now that mystery has been resolved, we move forward, I believe, anyway. Let's see. Without further ado, on with the review. I like the way this starts, though. Not just because I myself made a thing with snow at the beginning. Not with a shooting star, though. Not sure what that's all about. It's gone now. I thought it was gonna be like one of the old Disney logos. I think it was the DVD Blu-ray one that they had or something, where it's just Tinkerbell that just appears and zooms on and just
that's
oops the screen. Yeah.
That's the one.
If anything, that looks more like the stage version of Tinkerbell, which is just the lights.
It's budget friendly, okay?
Yeah, lots of stage plays are. I understand why it's done. Okay, this is interesting. So he appears from the side, despite the view that we just got of the star being from the front. I know it's difficult to do that kind of thing with back facing or something. I just would have had him already be, facing the direction or seeming to cut to where, behind him in some sort of way. But no, coming from the side, a bit of a strange decision, but okay. At least there's a source of light to the side of him where it seems like there's something behind him as if he just entered the void but has a clear exit way. So yeah, that shooting star must be very important. This guy really wants to get to Neverland. That's all I'll say.
Hi there. We haven't been able to talk since my introduction, huh?
See, and this is what I mean, because now he's front facing. You could have just had him already be in this position before starting. But I don't know. Confusing. Also, I'm not sure if this is talking to somebody that seems to they're in the universe, or this is actually to the audience. Because honestly, I forget. Did we start this with a narration? If we did, then we've had plenty of opportunity to talk before introduction, because you could have interrupted at any moment. You are the Cusco of this dimension. But if not, then we'll see what the surprise is. This is something that actually that Tarantino did actually in Pulp Fiction, where it seemed like a character was talking to the audience directly for quite some time doing a monologue, and then it cuts the other side of the table, and that's he's talking to a different person entirely. Again, could be many many options for what's going on right now.
Let me fill you in on everything so far.
Oh, thank you. Actually, that's really helpful considering that I didn't get a chance to rewatch this.
It's been a year since that meeting with Mary and the others.
What? I'm
We
sorry.
became very close friends.
Okay, this isn't Dragon Ball Z. You don't get to do a time skip that quickly. In fact, if Dragon Ball Z themselves took a long time before they got to their time skips. Are we really just skipping ahead from, okay, we've introduced the characters right now, we've set up their relationships and everything, okay, 1 year later? What? Why?
Katie is still a fashionista. That girl.
I mean, yeah, it's probably, it's been a year, right? So, I mean, yeah, people's obsession can change over the years, but it's not surprising.
I found out that Selena loves tech. For real, never.
Gee, what a surprise! Would have been nice to see it in the episode.
From her. I guess we
Nah,
can't
it
judge a
wouldn't have
book
been
by its
exciting.
cover.
Hmm.
And Harry. I discovered that his bedroom is full of his art. He even
His bedroom is full of his art. That's why it's blurry, so you can't make out any of it. And it's in a book that you can't see either. What is it with this episode so far? Up until now, one of the things I can say that's positive about Rare is the fact that it at least attempts a bunch of things with its visuals and does go that extra step to, like, you know, visually convey a lot of these things. Now we have someone quite literally expositing to us what happened in the span of a year, and even when we get like minor glimpses into the things that's being talked about, some of them aren't even shown to us.
Don't worry. Eric and his stray dog didn't bother him anymore.
Okay, thank you for reassuring that. What did the events of the last episode just make them back off for an entire year? If they start suddenly again after this, it's just gonna seem very weird now.
Valerie. We're still friends, I guess. Anyway, let's by bygones be bygones.
You mean let
Everything
bygones
has
be
been-
bygones? You said let's buy bygones be bygones. No.
I'm so happy. Everything will be fine now. Right?
Well, that's the end of this series, I guess. All the stuff that was set up before has been explained away. So I guess on to story number 2, I suppose.
Oh, please, Dylan.
Okay, that book is a bit better. I want to zoom in and see what that says. Let me just check. Oh, it does say Dylan. Oh, Dylan Ivan Miller-Lopez. Okay, yeah, fine. His name then. I keep calling him Danny because it's the name of the creator. It's actually Dylan. I keep forgetting that.
Why can't we see what you wrote?
It's personal.
Can you show us what you're doing? You're so
I
focused.
love the way that he says it's personal there. It's like I'm in a kid's show, you know. It's personal.
And also just the way that, like, he got completely ignored immediately. It's personal. Okay, too bad. Can you? I'm gonna ask you anyway immediately. Can you show us?
Are you drawing? I want to see. I
It
always
wasn't,
wanted
hold on, wasn't he writing?
to draw.
Oh, really?
Hold on, Harry wonders how Dylan draws. Does that never come up in any times that they talked about Harry's art? We just described how he found out about that and how Harry was willing to share. Did he not once think to ask, like, oh, hey, what about your own stuff? Do you do anything? Sounds like a very one-sided relationship. But again, that might have not come across if we'd actually seen these events transcur in real time. Is that transcurrir? That's not. Is that a word in English? I'm doing a rare in this case. I'm using Spanish words and no and morphing them into English. That's not good. It's rubbing off on me.
Do you
on my brain.
draw any fashion designs? I would die to find someone with that talent. Of course not.
I mean, okay, sure, you might not like the fashion designs that they draw, but alright.
He's not even drawing. Don't be so delusional.
How can you tell? You're on this side of the
No one knows,
room.
though. Dylan is smart.
Oh my goodness. Is she doing the splits? either she has the largest thigh gap in the history of Gacha, or she's doing the splits right now, just casually. Why?
Might be designing some kind of technological marvel.
And now she's leaning on, I guess, the other side of the wall, but yeah, okay. Don't follow the light. The light will be behind me, like it was for Dylan. But anyway. Her legs. Her effing legs, Grickle. Thumbnail frame. If I put that as a thumbnail, I'm getting demonetized, so no.
And you call it delusional. Oh, shush.
Nothing like that. I'm writing in my diary. I haven't written anything in it for a while.
Ooh,
Oh, so the void before was like was an intro to was like the internalization of his own diary. I guess in that sense, maybe the shooting star from before was actually like where his like pen was stroking actually on the paper. Maybe I'm being pretentious. I don't actually have anything to back that up.
oh, it's interesting. How long have you had it?
Oh, well, I've had it since the death of...
Hold on, I think Dylan's also doing the splits right now. Is this just like the default front-facing pose or something? Is this how Just Danny does front-facing, where, you know, that like to make sure that both legs are cropped correctly, they're just like severed from each other, and then that's why we have like a waist-high perspective for him. I'm gonna look out for that. If all the front-facing characters have a waist-high perspective, that might be the reason why.
I need a way to sort out my feelings, and I thought, why not try a diary? So I brought one.
You brought one? You mean
Look
you
at what
bought
you
one?
did, Mary. You're so thoughtless.
Hey, I was.
Well, sitting front face is quite tricky. Yeah, but guess what? He's not sitting, is he? That's the thing. That's not a sitting position. He's just standing there.
He's just standing
I
there,
have to get over
Yeah.
it.
menacingly.
Okay, no. Oh wait. Okay, now I see. Yes, he is sitting now. But okay, that raises a further question actually, because if you think about it, he's sitting on a bench that's facing that back wall, right? And the friends that were talking to him were like to his right. But yet, when we saw the front-facing perspective earlier, we saw him facing away from the friends, looking to his left, which means that he would have had the three-quarter perspective that you see in normal Gacha, just looking out to the side. But no, for some reason, he managed to rotate 90 degrees, make the bench vanish, and still be front-facing. Okay. Sure, why not?
I really don't want this to weigh me down all my life.
Hey,
I like that slight bounce that, you know, the one in the middle actually has, like, in the chair. Oh, wow, I haven't had one of these comments before. It was in a while, actually. Whatever you think so bad, do do yourself. Like, well, if I decide to look into front-facing at some point, I may consider that.
Valerie, you've been quiet. Are you okay?
Yeah, sorry. It's just that I remember that diary from back when I used to go to Dylan's place. He would get so upset if I touched it.
Yeah, you were so gossipy.
Hey, that's a lie. And you know it. I was just a bit curious, that's all.
I mean, gossipy would imply that you've, like, would share the information, not that you just want to learn it for yourself.
Don't mean to interrupt, but why did you start writing?
Okay, it seems like he's got his legs crossed or something now. Again, the more we see of this angle, the more questions I
that
have.
thing
But yeah.
again? I mean, why not start fresh with a new one?
Well, I have most of my life written here. It would be a waste not to use the book.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, here we go is correct, because we have our second guest that just showed up right now.
Oh, here we go.
Whoa! Hi.
It's Julius Pike Inc., the competitor to Buttercore.
Oh my god. that's I don't even know what joke to make out of that situation. I was going to say something about like Pixar getting independent from Disney or something, and then immediately becoming their competition again.
See,
But I don't know.
you could have made a joke about
Imagine being a better Julius than me. Not
you
possible.
could so true. That's why we got you back. No,
Goodness, Phantom's being challenged right now.
yeah. No, you could have made a Showbiz and Chuck E. Cheese joke.
Hi,
What?
Joshua.
So I don't have enough context for that.
Yeah, they
are we
were
here?
competitors for a while, and then ended up joining.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant show business like show business as a whole. I didn't know that showbiz was actually a company. I have
Yeah, no,
I've never
Showbiz.
heard of them before. Okay, then.
Yeah, they were a really
I think
old
we get to
one.
finish-
They used to have a monkey animatronic actually that and they recostumed a lot of those to be Mr. Munch now. So
Is Mr. Munch not a monkey? I have no context for any of this.
no, he's just a purple monster.
Oh, okay.
I prefer the
I
monkey,
know, but this is serious.
This is serious. Of course. Hunger is too, you know.
Shut up! For real, your voice.
Oh wow, their heads. Okay, I think this is kind of like okay. Since you're here, I'm gonna use an example that we might both know. So remember how in Mixed Master sometimes their heads would like grow to massive size when they were angry? Yeah, I think that's what this is trying to be. Except for the fact in the cases where that happened, it was only the person who was angry having that reaction,
Right.
not the person who is also in the frame right now.
Yeah, that's
You talk too much.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what I think the idea was, but okay.
Mr. Perfect.
Enough! Jeez, why are you guys so loud?
Hey, d'accord. Ne te fâche pas.
Gee.
De quoi as-tu besoin?
Rappelez-vous du gars bizarre avec des lunettes.
This is why I brought you here. This is why I picked this one for you today. Well, actually, that and another reason as well.
Pronunciation. Bon.
Yeah. So this is
what
one of the
is this? Is this French?
Yes.
Yes.
This is one of the gimmicks of this series is that it has I'm going to say a very international cast, by which I mean the characters, probably the actors as well, because I imagine that they correspond. But yeah, so every now and then, for example, the main character will break out into random Spanish, even if he's talking to an English person, which is a whole other separate issue. But we'll get there when we get there. And there is something else that I'll mention at the end, because I've talked at length about why it's so funny that this series is called Rare. We'll talk about that later, because
Défendu le maniaque de la peinture.
Ah, tu veux dire l'ami de Mary, non? Je pense que...
okay. Even I can tell that's an English person going with the French pronunciation, but then also at the same time going back. It's sort of a trap that you end up running into. Hold on, my battery's running low. Help! My battery's about to run out. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's a trap you run into when you're trying to say something in like another language, or like particularly a name, for example. Because I mean, obviously I say Adri's name the same way all the time, but I feel there's like there's usually a balance between suddenly being like, oh well, I'm gonna say something, in another language, and I'm gonna pronounce this in complete and fluent English. It's like I guess let's see, what would be a good example? Oye, me voy al restaurante de la esquina y voy a coger unos fish and chips. ¿Quieres algo? Basically like that. That being said, I've encountered the reverse, where people like the way I say Barcelona on purpose, but
Hey, wait,
yeah.
hold on. So fish and chips, because I have questions about that. So fish and chips, right? That's like a stereotypical British thing, right?
Yes.
But
so in that scenario, it was a British person talking to a Spanish person about what they're gonna do.
well, my only thing is because you guys call chips a different thing than we in the US do, right? Like they
Yes,
aren't.
that's a whole separate thing that had nothing to do with what I was using as an example
No,
for.
but it does though, because then I have to ask, how does that work when you put it into a different language exactly?
Yeah, see, Bon understands that. Yeah. Well, it's because fish and chips most of the time when anyone sees that, they just say fish and chips. Like you can say pescado y patatas fritas, but no one says that.
I guess my thing is just because like chips and like fries, right, would have like different words in Spanish, right?
Actually, no, they don't. Surprisingly,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Mhm. And even if they did, I just explained that you would use the English words in that context, so it wouldn't matter.
Il
Huh,
s'appelle
okay.
Dylan. Si je ne me trompe pas.
For the record, Dylan is the one who's right behind them, so why are they talking about him like he's not in the room? Anyway.
Du jour de ne pas l'avoir frappé au visage stupide cette fois?
Yeah, by the way, that time was in fact just last year, because now a year has passed since that happened. Again, a reason why the time skip was so stupid in this episode.
Why are you so annoying?
It was, but I wasn't
Why are
making
you
it
so
more
annoying?
difficult.
Learn French, idiot.
I was not making things more difficult than they need to be. I was asking an honest question, a valid question, I think, about a language thing.
That
Here.
whole
Okay.
learn French thing could have been funny if instead of responding to him in English, he'd actually said something like, "Oh, apprends-toi français, non? Pourquoi tu ne le parles?" Then that could have been funny to the people who speak French. But
Weirdly enough, you said
okay.
What does that final word mean?
Okay,
What is?
I never thought I'd say this, but I feel like you pronounced that sentence. You said like the French in an Italian accent.
Yeah.
What
The only reason I
does
clocked that is because of Marinette's grandmother, Miraculous.
what does Paula mean?
Paul
Ma tu non ne
means
parli, va parlare del français.
perché ne parli francese? Perché tu non ne parli francese? Non ne parli pas francese.
Marinetta. Okay.
What
okay.
does that mean, and why is it so nasally?
Because French is a nasally language, and it means
Well,
to
most
speak.
of that did not sound that nasally, but then I hear Paula, and it's
Well,
like,
I mean,
wait.
it was, but that's because we said it in an Italian accent. That's the.
My fault.
Anyway.
Languages are hard for me to learn.
The Fertalian.
Oh, sure. If your grammar is so bad in English, imagine learning another language.
I do my best, okay? My brain can only do so much.
Parlay talk, parlant is Italian talk.
All you do is take little naps all day. You should really be
I was
more
about to say
productive
as a
with your
connotation
time.
too.
Dude, seriously, stop talking like my mom.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay. I sleep all
Perfect.
night and I work all
A
day.
waste of my time.
Oh, I hate it.
What?
So,
What is it?
why is the top of his shirt have physics?
I don't
like,
know.
those were waving around.
I did notice that before. I guess it's just that little bit extra animation polish that just Danny wanted
That
to
doesn't
add.
polish it though, because
Let's
the
go.
rest of it isn't consistent.
Well, the rest of it, because there aren't many lines to it, you wouldn't see much movement other than what's there. That's the problem.
Will find us.
Okay, normally when someone does that movement, it's usually like they're stopping the person walking out of the room from leaving. This guy on the left wasn't going anywhere, so why did we have to do like the wait a minute, stay right there? It's like, I'm not going. What are you doing?
I know you're up to something. What are you scheming?
I almost poked him in the eye.
If that's how you want to play it, fine.
I think there should have been a bit more of a pause there, like as he like was there.
Right,
looks
I was about
away
to
for a
say
bit.
the way that
Yeah.
is like, oh, okay, I'm gonna ask you this question. You're gonna like blink and you just won't answer. And it's like, Okay, fine. Don't answer then.
It's like thinking of an answer. Wait, what? No, don't go.
No, wait, I had a whole monologue prepared. No, wait!
Our foolish red-haired friend. Little did you know that door slams. Oh.
Later then.
I have to move it to right for some reason while in a front face. Yeah.
Hey sis, regrese.
Hi,
Yeah, there we go.
hermanito. How was school?
Exhausted. I've got home
Hold on, your school was exhausted or was it exhausting?
to finish.
Wanna drink something? You look thirsty.
Yeah. Thanks, Hermana. Oh, by the way, we're planning to go to the movies this weekend. Can I go?
Dylan, you know we don't have enough money for now. Our tia Paola was kind enough to lend us money for a few months, but she has children too. Plus, I had to get a part-time job to be able to feed us.
Oh.
It's so weird to kids, but God, it's the funniest thing.
Just
Look,
the way the music cuts out.
and then you just get that single oh.
It's like it's like the time where like in an episode of Red Dwarf, the four main characters are on a prison spaceship they're visiting, but because the rules of the spaceship, they have to be judged before they enter. So they're each assessed based on whatever crimes they might have actually committed. They're all found innocent except for the last one, like Arnold Rimmer, guilty. It's like, what? Guilty? I haven't done anything. Your negligence wiped out an entire crew because you refused to seal a padlock and blah 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 blah. It's like, oh, that. It's like, what do you mean? It's just like that. Yeah, I think basically, I guess this episode is the one where Just Danny is playing around with sweater physics, I guess you could say, because that wasn't a thing in the other episodes, I think. So this is, I guess, the little extra bonus that we're getting in this episode, I suppose. Should be fitting out her body, she was let alone jiggle like she's Shakira. Okay.
I get it. Lo siento.
Very different Shakira song that would have been. Anyway.
I need a pop song where it's just yodeling.
BB Hendel. Anyway.
Go.
De acuerdo. I'll be in my bedroom.
Okay, interesting thing about this as well. All of the photos you see behind them, they're wearing the same clothes. So I'm guessing these were all taken within the past year. Because before the time skip was when they found out that their parents had actually died. That's why they're in such dire straits right now in the series. But it does seem to me that based on the fact that now they only have pictures of themselves, they're trying to almost like erase the memory of their own parents, which is not usually a part of grieving, but might be what they're trying to do to move forward. Not that I recommend it, but I don't know.
No, I mean, it's not healthy, but it's also not necessarily the most uncommon thing. Although my question
I guess the other example I have is Toy Story, where they seem to remove all the pictures of Andy's dad, and he was confirmed to be dead. The reason they actually did that out of universe because they hadn't rendered a model for Andy's dad, but in universe.
God, that's the funniest thing, especially God, because I've played with Blender enough to find this incredibly humorous. Because the idea is, because it's like they're like, oh, hey, we have all these characters, and then we have like the billing and stuff, and we have these like pictures. Wait, was that like one of the last things they did in the stages? Because here's my thing: they would have had, because rendering takes a while sometimes, depending on the quality settings and all that. But My question then is, how far along did it take them until they noticed there's no pictures of the dad?
Oh, no, I was saying they made a conscious decision not to include pictures of the dad because they didn't want to make another human model.
What do you mean? They have so many people on staff.
They were busy working on the toys. And bear in mind, Pixar didn't really nail animating human designs until The Incredibles. So they were still like
Okay.
9 years away before that point.
Okay, that's not a valid excuse when we're talking about the movie where you get where the humans play a pretty prominent role.
In Toy Story, the humans
Yes.
play. Well, there are a couple of humans that play a prominent role. I'd say probably, I guess Andy and Sid really play the most prominent roles. Most of the movie itself is the toys.
Yeah, but
And
Sid was in a good chunk of that movie.
not really. And the parts that he was in, a lot of the time you'll notice they didn't actually show his face. When we got to his house, yes, very much so. But yeah, for a while before that, not really. Most of the humans we saw from like the legs upwards, actually. No, sorry, the legs down.
That's just a cartoon thing, to be fair.
Well, yes, but it's also a 1995 3D animated movie thing.
Don't be discouraged, Olivia. You have to work tomorrow.
Okay, interesting transition. Well, if there's a haircut of us attached into banks when normal cut so much attached to nothing.
Snack. Take it.
Sorry. I didn't think about our money situation.
Weird. Is that 3D?
Is what 3D?
The bed.
No, I don't think it is. In fact, it looks like one of the most monochromatic things in this design. Most of the backgrounds, they are custom, but you'll notice they're all very simple. So I think they are just there like that. It's not even shaded. That's
wait,
the thing.
not just the bed. Wait, yeah, and the counter too.
None of these things are 3D. They just might have like bits of like lines or something that are tricking your brain to thinking that, which is again part of the use of animation. But they are, for the most part, very simple, and I'm pretty sure most of the time are, like one color done in insert art program here. That being said, I will point out that it seems like Dylan himself does in fact have a picture of his parents, because I'm pretty sure that that's them in the background.
It's the first time I have friends, you know? I just don't want to be alone all the time.
Yeah, this is the sitting and doing the splits thing again.
I have a question for you.
No, that's definitely 3D. Because, I mean, and then I look at the
splitting.
plant. There's no way.
What do you mean there's no way? There's absolutely a way. I mean, the plant itself does look like it could be more 3D, but bear in mind, this is the same thing that people ask about in the Fallen Angels log cabin thing. The other background that Ghosty keeps on having to confirm is not 3D because of the shading. I'm fairly certain this is an illusion.
The plant looks exactly like an unfinished Blender model.
I guess that's to its. I guess that's a compliment then.
Be honest.
Sure, dime.
Oh, and get a subtitle. Okay.
Do you think you can live in a world that only sees the bad in you?
Sorry, what?
Sorry, my sweater decided to like jiggle everywhere for a second. Can you say that again, please?
Yeah, that like broke my brain. I was like trying to pay attention to the conversation, and suddenly her sweater just.
This is taking jiggle physics to a whole new meaning. Personally, I prefer this definition.
I mean, I'm intrigued, but also scared. Nobody here sees the bad in me. They're always friendly. But I've got a feeling that if I made a mistake, I'll end up as the rare guy again.
Okay, this is now a chance for me to talk about this, because I know I've mentioned this every time they say the word rare in this scene, but it is worth pointing out. So, Dylan arrived at the school, again, a year ago in the time frame, and it seemed like he had a lot of baggage from being bullied and insulted and called all these different names, for example. And at one point, someone actually does refer to him as the weird kid. And then that got me thinking about the nature of this series. The fact that Dylan is called the weird kid, and that this is actually made by a Spanish creator. Now, Adri, as a thought experiment, if someone were to type the word raro into Google Translate, what do you think they might end up with a title of the series?
Strange rather than rare.
You would hope, but the thing is that Google Translate doesn't know the difference. Because unless you provide it context, which you can't do, of course it's going to come up with that, and it's the most approximate translation. Or maybe this might be a case of somebody thinking that a word means something, and it doesn't. It's like deception and deception. They're not the same word at all, but you think they would be. So yeah, like that. I think that was literally it. So that was off one that I realized that in the first episode, and I was because like in that one, there's like a bit where the whiteboard shows all the names it's been called, and it says rare right at the front, and that's when I noticed that that the title of the series was incorrect, which did not bode well for the rest of it.
Vaughn, the reason why it matters so much is because...
sorry, we're going back up a bit. Here we go. This comment.
You're right. It is cool, and that's why it matters so much, because that opens up a lot of possibilities.
That's the thing that she was observing. It's kind of like talking about like the picture of his parents and the grieving process and stuff. It doesn't really ultimately impact the story right now, but it's just environmental details that we're kind of pointing out. That being said, I still don't think it's 3D. I think it's just shaded. But yeah, I would say it would be a weird thing to include or a rare thing. But then again, I realized that I did that in season 1 of Music Girls, so I can't really complain.
What do you think about your friends?
I want it to move a little bit, because if it moves at all, then I can tell. Because because like this window seal, for instance, right? Because or like over here with the pillow, and they have all these weird like black lines in the squigglies. I bet you, because this looks very rudimentary, if it is 3D animation, then it might do some Z fighting, which would be a telltale sign. Which, by the way, I found out Fortnite does all the time, and that's greatly impacted how my own self-worth when thinking about making games, because it's like, man, if Fortnite somehow keeps in all of their Z fighting bugs and everyone loves it, it's like, man, imagine if I actually tried on a game.
I think you did mention that you were using you were learning to use the Unreal Engine, which is owned by Epic Games. So I suppose in that sense, yeah, they probably have the bugs. Not only they keep them in, but they've kept them in probably they have them for the same reason that you do potentially.
Well, no, you can fix that real easy on Blender, super easy. I don't know how.
Sorry. I was talking about because you mentioned Unreal Engine, because that's what you said you were going to make games on.
Yeah, I'm gonna make stuff through Blender and import things like buildings and stuff into Unreal and mix the two.
Okay. Yes, I too see where things went wrong. That's that. I just wanted to show Anthony one episode of this so I could finally talk about that, because it will never cease to amaze me.
If you show your flaws, they'll reject you?
I don't know.
Also, like doing the finger quotes thing, that's something that I remember when Aiden first saw Agatha do that in Music Girls Season 2, and he was just like, "Whoa, what?" And they tried to emulate with like doing this. It was like, that's not the same thing.
I'm afraid it might be like that. They're the only people I've given my trust to beside you and Ma y Pa. I want to be cool.
Okay, Ma and Pa sounds a bit more Italian than Spanish, but not impossible.
They don't get bored of me.
Yeah, I heard that.
Ma, pa, os hecho de menos. No, just Spanish with Italian accents, even better.
My life is a cycle. Tragedy always repeats itself.
There it is. That was the board. I was mentioning.
To me in a crueler way. It's as if I haven't learned anything from my mistake.
Gee, this would be so much more impactful if we hadn't skipped ahead a year when nothing negative happened to, I know that this stuff would still be like weighing down on him, but from a narrative perspective, it seems weird to jump ahead without anything else adding to this feeling, as if it's now all coming crashing down on him.
I actually
Or-
don't mind the 1-year skip. What I mind is the fact that I don't see the point to it yet. Like, I figured that might affect something, but so far I mean, you could have left that out and nothing would have changed.
Yeah, the friend dynamics don't seem that different. It just seems like the characters are more fleshed out, but they were fleshed out off screen, which is why it still feels, yeah. Yeah, so correct word that would just be raro. Well, I mean, it could be if you want to keep that, but you would probably say, you know, weird or strange. Honestly, just call the series strange. That's what I would title something like this in future. But anyway.
Are weird too? They never say anything bad about me.
Dylan, what do you think of me? Or Ma Ipa? Do you think we're weird too?
Of course not.
So? Why do you worry so much? There are all kinds of people in the world who can hurt you. But I'm absolutely sure that if your friends accepted you as you are, it's because you made the right choice in approaching them and giving them the most valuable thing, which is trust.
I didn't think
Weird
of
little
it that way.
observation. She said the.
What?
Well, normally you don't actually say it that pronunciated. You know?
Oh, okay. So I thought you were to make a point that the word "the" shouldn't have been there at the time. Because I was
No,
like,
it's just-
I was going to make a Starfire joke, but okay, fair enough.
No, it's just more pronunciated than I would have expected.
I suppose. Yeah, a lot of these lines, a lot of the actors have like have a weird emphasis in places. I'm not sure how thoroughly directed this was. Partly because I guess of all the language differences, but it does seem like some bits of like emphasis I would have put in different words, at least from a personal perspective. But then again, that might be just the voice director flaring up again.
Sorry for stressing over something so dumb.
Also, hello, Sanders. Welcome
I
back.
didn't mean to worry you.
Oh god, look, his eyes are gone.
It's normal for teens to worry about stuff, but let's not make a habit of it, okay?
Okay.
I will say, speaking of things that are difficult to do in Gacha, a Gacha hug.
I know we don't talk that much anymore, but I'm here for you.
We don't
Please,
talk anymore.
Don't hesitate to let me know if you have any problems.
See.
Como solíamos.
Gracias.
See, and it's like
doesn't work with the meter, does it?
See, and it's like I look at this back one too. I don't know, man.
Which back one? What? There's no back. Do like either plants, different model.
This back counter with the light. I don't know, man. It just
the one thing that I think looks somewhat 3D to me, at least, or something it could be, is the pillow, because it looks like it was rented on PS1. But you know,
no, because there's like a square in the middle. It's weird because you can see where all the lines would be in a mesh.
Like the polygons, yeah. So that one I suspect, but yeah, as far as the lamp goes, again, I don't know, because it's one of those things where you can again, there's like in the absence of shadows, it's a bit hard to tell.
Why don't you do your homework? If you want to have dinner, let me know.
All right.
Why?
Like how she
does her
winked, but
sweater jiggle more than her hair?
Maybe the wind is blowing low today.
Well, it's PS1 pillow. It's weird because not only can you see where all the different like bits of it are, some points of it are like jagged in ways that would make sense. Like some parts of it like pointing up when they shouldn't be. So you know.
Yeah. So we talk about the sweater or the pillow?
God, what was that?
It just like pings as soon as like her arm was out of the way. I don't know. Oh, okay. I guess now we're going into her diary, I suppose. All right.
Tinkerbell, take us to sad Neverland.
Also, yeah, that hoodie. Lole, 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 lole. Oh, okay. She gets a portal. Dylan didn't get that.
And also a voice. Hello, God?
Oh, no, he got that too. Okay, now it said follow me, but she's walking ahead of it.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
How can I calm down while my parents are in front of us between life and death?
What a great guiding force. Here, let me relive the source of your greatest trauma.
Please, no. I don't want to lose him too. He's all I have.
It's like, you know what? I remember somebody once told me that they're a paranormal investigator, and in their spare time, what they did was would look into this into like the story of like this Irish woman who, you know, apparently died in some horrific way or something, and also like, I don't know, lost her kids or whatever. And the way that the ghost of this woman was helping her out was not by like directing her to like specific things or something, but by like actually possessing her in her sleep and having her relive those exact things. To which I said, why on earth are you helping this ghost? That sounds like a jerk of a ghost. Why would someone do that to you?
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. Got him.
Somebody once said, do you want to see my kids? Well, there's their corpses plastered over the place.
I will say, Bon, I don't
no,
know.
get in my head. It was
Actually,
better if he
Jacob,
stayed off dead.
you'd be a good joke. Yeah, Judge. God, I hate English. Judge, what Bon just said, FAFSA editing, is that meant to be good or bad?
It's meant to be bad. Do you know?
I disagree then, because
Remember-
I actually quite like all of the editing in this weird, like, supernatural diary ghost god air. I don't know what to just in the memory void of torture. I actually quite like all the editing for it. I think it's quite neat.
Mm-hmm.
It does feel like a fever dream, but I think that's kind of like the intent on an artistic level,
Yeah.
you know.
If this were true FAFSA edits, we'd have like a bunch of overlay stuff and flashing images everywhere.
Yeah,
and also
think
significantly more horrific front facing.
yeah, I think this is purposefully surreal.
Yeah.
Don't let this problem become a bigger one. Please, please, please.
I think the only way it could become a bigger problem is if she
I
died.
don't know anything about being a mother. What am I supposed to do?
Okay, you gotta show some more emotion in your voice. Just because you're talking faster doesn't mean you sound sad.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. There's not nothing there, but yeah, there's needs a bit of elevation, I suppose.
Let's
Okay, enough of that
what
then.
You're hiding.
No way, it's Julius!
Wait a sec. I have to get my stuff.
Alright, I just need the history book and a few other things.
Oh! My diary?
What a fantastic thing, talking to himself so we don't have to show any of that on screen. Where is my history book that is in this locker? Oh my diary, that is right, I have that thing. Did you get that, audience?
Sure, I left it in my backpack. I'd better leave it here.
A diary?
I left my backpack, which is also there. And my backpack is in the locker that you didn't see.
Interesting.
Oh, it wasn't for the audience, it was for him. Of course, people often verbally clarify stuff to help, you know, bullies get the inner scoop on them.
And why can I see this eyebrow?
Well, I mean, honestly, it's rare to see eyebrows in Gacha. Oh, I just made that. I didn't mean to say this. It's infrequent. Anyway.
It's strange, dare you say.
Yes, exactly. Well, I mean, actually, no, I don't mean strange in this case.
What do I do now? I'm so stupid. Why didn't I look at his password?
You mean his combination from that distance? Okay.
Oh, but maybe during the break.
What are you doing? Yeah. And why are you
Also, yeah, we have Julius and we have Silas.
wearing that coat? Is it winter or what?
Wait, don't tell me. Did you
Guys, we need to talk.
Yes, I did in fact catch a cold. My green flag of a shirt was not very protective against the wind. okay, I like this shot. This could be 3D. Or potentially, I guess, 2D imported into a 3D software like Blender. That I can see happening.
Yeah.
You want what?
You just want me to take a picture of the diary?
Yes, we need to make an exact duplicate.
That's...
Okay, I gotta make a comment real quick about the
Go on.
jiggly hair. Why is his hair jiggling that much when the earring is so still? It's like throwing me off. Because
Maybe
like,
because the
That's
earring
what I
is
was
like
talking about
the
with
earring
the
is just like
shirt
a
from before.
stud, but it's one solid thing. It doesn't move. It's like actually just a stud.
Well, that was my complaint with the shirt from before, and Jay was like, "Oh, well, you know, there's not that much room." Well, yeah, okay, I get there's not that much room, but it like there's clearly like
What I
there.
said before was that there weren't enough lines, so any movement that was on the shirt itself that wasn't the part at the top would not have been visible. In
But
the case
there's
of
a
an
bunch
earring,
of ruffles.
in the case of not on the shirt that we mentioned before. The ruffles on the shirt were like all to the top, whereas you mentioned like the rest of it that would not have any change.
Yeah, but there were a
and
bunch of ruffles in the overall shirt on the one that I was talking about at the beginning.
those ones that we've seen at the top and those ones did move. So I assume you're talking about the other parts of it when you said the rest.
Yeah, because
Anyway,
the
in the
top
case of
moved.
the earring, you wouldn't need any of that because it would be small enough to notice like any movement, much like I guess in tandem with the hair.
But yeah, no, the top moved, which is why it's weird that the rest didn't, because the rest also had ruffles.
The rest of the shirt that was on the screen before did not have ruffles.
It had so much. What are you talking about?
Once we see it again, we'll look into it. Those will if we count the other guy in their group. Yeah, I guess a little bit.
pretty simple.
Not exactly.
And not
Let's get
spiky
this
enough.
straight. After I get the copy of the diary, we need...
Oh, whoops! I said if we could show the next visual of that shirt, and then I.
It's fine. He'll show up again here in a bit, I'm sure.
Eliminate Mary's 3 groupies she calls her friends. Get them to work for us.
Isn't that
Okay.
too complicated?
Bear in mind, again, nothing has happened within the span of a year. Why are you getting your revenge now? You're making Pop Josephine look like a mastermind manipulator.
I mean, the art dork is with them.
Yes, I know, but we can do it. You're charming
See?
enough, don't you think?
Okay, so yeah, the top part we saw before, the top part there, I actually have seen that sway, but the bottom part there is just one solid white color. That's
But
what
it's not though. There's lines on it, like this, like around, like on the rib area, and in like here, there's this weird like downwards, like slope thing on the arms, but it's clearly not the arm itself. It's part of the shirt.
I am confused about that slope on the shirt.
It's like a part that's like weighing itself down. Yeah, so I'm not counting anything. Yeah, so anything above that we have actually seen move in the past. So again, that's why I didn't count it when BB said, "Why does the rest of the shirt move?" Because I'd always seen it move.
Chris, he couldn't even attract the fly.
Not with that face, he couldn't. Jeez, that was horrifying.
Shut your trap.
Oh, come on. You know it's true.
Don't fight again, please.
I mean, the fact that it was trying to, attract a fly was also, Which, by the way, was that I've heard like never hurt a fly, but like you can attract a fly. Was it really worth jumping through the hoops to get that visual? I mean, okay, sure, fair enough. Oh, never mind.
Oh, you guys are so loud.
Well, we'll handle this. Catch you later.
I don't know how we're going to get Mary's friends on our side.
Well, I'm not really sure either, but I'll use my French charm.
Oh yeah, that reminded me. How do you introduce yourself to girls in French? Miss Misery dessus?
Oh, you mean... Bonjour, mademoiselle.
No, not like that.
Why that there? That R is not supposed to. Hoping.
Okay, yeah, fair, but also you did it wrong anyway because it's not like that. It's gonna be, "Hey, bonjour, mademoiselle. Comment t'appelles?"
Buongiorno.
Okay, that's just actually Italian. That doesn't count.
Sure.
Yeah, that thing.
Okay. All I have to do is take the pictures. The diary was blue and black according to Eric, and it had his name
Okay, really funny opportunity for a joke right now if he opens the locker and the diary is white and gold. I will not explain further.
on the side.
Oh.
Haha,
lucky.
bingo! Gotta be quick.
Oh wait, but also now I just realized something. There is there's an episode of Miraculous that deals with a similar problem to this. Where in that episode, there's a competition to make the best hat for this one like upcoming like fashion thing that the local fashion designer Gabriel Agreste is putting on. I say local, he's like mega rich, but whatever. He's in the area. He counts. And so Marinette, of course, winds up being the winning design. But guess what? Problem is that Chloe ended up stealing her design because Sabrina took a picture of it, sent it to her. It's like, okay, I'll pay someone to make this exact one. And so she did. Somehow in the episode, which this is the part that I don't understand, because because Marinette then shows that the original design had her signature on it on the bottom side, which of course they could have known about in the photo, which doesn't prove anything because she could have copied the design and then signed it herself. But in that's the sentiment was there. In this case, we actually do have an excuse because they've seen what the diary looks like, and they've all seen in that previous scene actually that he has his full name on the side. And if they don't replicate that exactly from the one photo, that's going to be the giveaway to what the real diary actually is. This is a chance to patch up a miraculous plot hole. So yeah, from that angle, you can't tell. And look, the spine out on the floor, so you wouldn't be able to see it. Well, I've locked in my prediction. Yes, you got it, Ghost Kitty. That was room to the dress photo.
You got it, Aaron. Just have to get close to her. So, you're vain, huh? Easy prey.
Did you not know that? This seems like would have been like established trait from this character. Okay, fine, whatever. So, a girl putting on makeup? How vain! I have never seen this before in any situation ever.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Puis-je vous aider avec quelque chose?
Nope. Thank you, I'm fine.
I think, yeah, and it's just like digesting what that was. Instead of like we, I think it was puis in that case, rather than, you know.
Yeah, and he was missing an ave there. Why? No, you don't just say we quelque chose by itself. You're missing half the sentence. Why? Wow, such talented French speakers.
God, this is why I brought you here.
Oh, you know French?
No. Why?
Wait, what?
You clearly don't.
Doesn't matter.
I mean,
Miss, I think we got off on a bad start. I'm Aaron. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, I do know who you are. You're
Yeah,
the
you go to
French
school
guy
for a
everyone's
year.
been talking about. But you know what? I am not your playdate.
Oh, let me get
I mean, he never said that you were.
you something from the cafeteria. I just want to get to know you a little.
What an annoying guy.
Why was that a transition?
Is
Why did we transition away as if time had passed? He's still clearly right there.
it a yes?
Well, a little bit of food wouldn't hurt, right? Alright, fine. I'm Katie, by the way. Nice to meet you, Aaron.
Finally! Ladies first.
What do you mean finally? This is like a minute of your time.
Go ahead.
What a gentleman.
I guess she
it was
wasn't
so
already going to
easy
the
for him.
cafeteria. It actually wasn't. That's the sad part. Is the other guy gonna try that now? Gonna go up to somebody and start speaking French?
She would be my best bet, but Harry's there too. Well, there's no choice but to try. Good. How are afternoon you?
What?
Hi. Hi. I'm Christian, but you can call me Chris, miss.
Just reminds me. Oh, Ned's gonna make a joke about Christmas. Okay, I cut that off. I was just gonna say this sounds like you cool. Thanks for help me from Phoenix Drop High Season episode 1.
Shoot, man. I was hoping he would go, "Hey, I'm Christian," and then stop there, and they can go, "Oh yeah, I'm insert different religion."
Hello? And bye.
That's it.
Wait.
Oh man, you didn't know how to call it the Christmas thing.
Harry would be my chance.
Pardonnez-moi, monsieur.
Hi, art guy. You know.
Okay, hold on. He just said Harry would be my best chance, and now he says art guy in reality. So he does know his name in his head, but can't say it in out loud. Why?
Right.
Yes. Please don't do anything to me.
Hey, relax. I just want to invite someone to the cafeteria. I'm feeling a little lonely.
Is he for real?
Oh, this is crazy. You just asked out a lady. She said no. She rejected you, and then you immediately rebound with her best friend.
Ultimate bi energy.
Right? I mean, that's the thing, right? He doesn't even have to look for like another girl either. He's just like, well, I'm not picky, I guess.
Yeah. I can't complain because I've told the story before of how I confessed a crush to a girl once and then dated her best friend the next week.
Want to join me?
Me? Well, okay.
Well, it wasn't much of a breakthrough, but it's something.
There's a disturbance
The ultimate
in the
ship.
force?
I'm with you. I never liked those guys.
What do you mean, those guys? You saw one of them. You didn't see both.
Should I do something?
This maybe we're not knowing for about personal space. Like I before, like also they did in space in the previous episode. Yeah, sounds about right.
Don't worry, they'll be back. The bell is about to ring.
All right.
If the bell's about to ring, then why are they going to the cafeteria? They're not going to have time to order anything.
Great. We're making progress.
Except no, you're not, apparently. You're about to lose the progress. I like the idea of instead of like a cute like slow motion thing or something where you're seeing someone like through rose tinted glasses or whatever to symbolize a crush, you just see what they actually look like and just go like just the Luigi death stare while romantic music plays. Fantastic. No notes.
Something is wrong.
Okay, apparently something's wrong. Oh, okay, fine. We're just not going to dwell on that then. Let's continue walking as if nothing of importance just happened there.
Where's Dylan and Mary?
They went to the library. I think they're studying for the math exam.
Shoot! The math exam!
Oh, there you go. That's what's wrong.
About it, didn't you?
Dear God!
Why is she in this jet? Okay,
I
never mind.
can't fail an exam! I suck at algebra! Why does it have to have letters on it?
Yeah, another example of where we got like a retake or something. Instead of being like, I suck at algebra, I would have been like, I suck at algebra. Again, that's, yeah.
Let me help you. Be thankful you have such a kind, intelligent, and generous friend.
Okay, so far we have had Silas, Julius, Marwick, and now we have Tioni from Phoenix Drop High. Good to know.
Thank you so much.
I don't remember Tiani having that much of an ego.
Well, not deliberately. She kind of had like she bragged unintentionally a lot of the time. Sometimes.
Everything will be fine, right?
Oh no, is she onto us?
It's on to you, that's for sure.
Nice tagline. That seems
that-
to wait. Hold on, wait. Why did it
That's just
continue
the
at the
name of the
bottom?
song. That's the name of the song. And yeah, that's because like in some like edit programs, you have like different things where it will like reflect itself and it will also, you know, invert. It's like a common thing you see in a lot of gacha intros. I never enjoyed that style personally, and there seems like that, and it's like just Danny did not crop that out properly.
That's cool. I hate it.
I guess now we get the full, well, not the full version, but a bit of the style fit in song.
Dr. Socrates. I love that.
Like how there's two people who wrote this scene now, the story now, and now it's gone.
So great.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I think the 5 is meant to be an S, but
yes.
Yeah. Also, this is backwards, by the way. It should be Luceres as Olivia, not Olivia as Luceres, and vice versa. You know, like the same thing here. It's like in the role of Emery VA, we have Selena.
Yes, and it happened again. We have character name as the whole name.
Yeah. You know what else should have been in the other in the different order? I feel like the end credits should have been before the end of like the last time we see Rare. I feel like that would have fit at the end, especially because like the style fit in, like it comes up with both of them.
Yeah, I can
But
see
anyway, that sounded odd, kind of beautiful and generous, friend. Oh my goodness, yeah. Out in place, you do it, you do it. After videos. That's a reference to a video. I can't. It's too much context. Take too long to explain. Okay, so that was Rare episode 5. What did you think?
I have to ask, what does this have an upload schedule?
I think it did, but I'm not sure if it continued because this was 3 years ago, and I'm not sure how far the series continued.
Well, there's a short clip from episode 6 that's out. That
so
came
then
out
the answer
6
is most
months ago.
likely. Then the answer is most likely no, it does not.
Yeah, they uploaded the official intro 5 months ago, so maybe they're still thinking about it, but
Oh, it's one. Oh, never mind. This is 1 year ago. Okay, maybe there is like a, you know, I guess not like an upload schedule, but it is still being updated consistently.
Let's see.
And they made into shorts as well. Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it was episode 1 that was 3 years ago.
Oh yeah,
so
and then you have 4. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. I guess you could call the upload schedule a bit rare, couldn't you?
You certainly could.
I like the jiggle physics. They're
You
fun.
do? Everyone else hates those, but fair enough. You do,
Look,
I suppose.
I will have you know, I actually prefer the other type of jiggle physics. At least those are consistent and are the whole thing.
I mean, if
it makes sense.
I mean, who knows? Based on how much that sweater was swaying, given the fact that it was like always whenever the arm was moved away, maybe they were just implying the sister was just more well endowed than we thought she was. But you never know.
I don't know. I somehow like that the sweater jiggled more than the hair. That was fun. That was a good.
I feel like it should realistically be the other way around because sweaters tend to be a bit more heavy. They're a little bit thicker usually.
Like I wear cardigans all the time, and I don't think they tend to jiggle too much on me.
Yeah, they don't on me either, which is
then again more than my hair. But you know, I mean, I'm an exception. Like I said before. I feel like if one VA voiced like 2 different characters, they should be on the same screen. That dot person voiced Eric and someone else. Yeah, that's usually like a practice that we do for the most part because we have some people that do double up on roles. That's actually how I decided on like, you know, the formations of the first Mutant Girl intro. Back when Addy was just called Bat Nananan for a bit.
Look.
Yeah, and I was the warrior.
Yeah.
And then you
sloppily that was the second. That was the second intro.
Oh, sure, yeah, but then there was the third where you sloppily pasted BB butter over the warrior.
No, I pasted the warrior over Beanie Boy. The reason I did that is because that intro was made by Jay, and I did not have the original version. Otherwise, I would just remade it. I just not a new one.
Yeah. Okay, I swear I remember it the other way around, but maybe I'm misremembering.
Yeah, it's one of those things that if I did that now, I just recreate the visual because I know exactly how to do that now. But yeah, no, at the time I was kind of stuck. That's also the reason, by the way, that I now have like the oval or the ellipse, I suppose, there's like the white like border for the rest of the text. That's because I know that if I change the VAs in the future, I'll have to do so. Then it no longer has to like appear with the text. So that was a learning experience. Anyways, back to Rare. Anthony, anything else apart from the jiggle physics?
I like the way the jiggles physics jiggles. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you enjoy the taste of French and Spanish you got?
That was quite something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Valerie is Italian though, but she didn't really get much of a speaking role this time. So nice. Which again is weird because like the last episode was about them like patching up a rocky relationship, and we skip ahead after they've been friends for a year, and I guess now that's no longer an issue. So I guess I'll talk about that. So yeah, the time skip, as I said at the beginning, was definitely a really bad decision for
completely useless
right now. Yes, it was worse than useless because it actually detracts from what was already set up, because we have a revenge quest from the bullies now seeming to be put into operation after events that have taken place a year ago, and nothing has built upon that. We have a friend dynamic that seems like about as established as it was before. We've skipped ahead as far as like their development, and it seems to have like halted the processing of the trauma and the assumption of like the two of the different roles. Like for the sister, for example, saying like, I'm only 19, I can't do this. That absolutely should be feeling that, but the way that it's phrased in the script, it sounds like she's just having to process that now, or still getting used to that particular role, rather than what seemed to happen before that. As like her getting like used to it, or as in, rather than what happened in the script, which was that she had already been doing so for a year. So yeah, that kind of like set the tone for everything else in this. That being said, at least we do have the creative use of, I guess, not the die roll necessarily, but I guess maybe it's something else, because the sis doesn't have a diary, does she? She's just, I guess, being guided by the same disembodied spirit or something. The ghost of trauma present, I suppose.
Yeah, the voice god torture dimension.
Yeah, something
Void.
like that. Yeah. And if anything, yeah, again, very jerky ghost, because the ghost gave her a much greater, like visual, despite the fact that now she's had to take on so much more responsibility from that event. Like, okay, we'll make you relive it. Dylan gets to just have like a follow me moment and just like write in like monologue as he writes into his diary. But no, you get the full you get the full flashbacks. Like, why? So many things I could just say why to in this video.
Maybe they decided to lean more into the Christmas Carol version of the ghosts.
Except to this version, they don't make a joke when they say the word Christmas by accident, which makes me think that was not done deliberately. Which, yeah, huge missed opportunity in the script there. And it's interesting that now I think this is the first episode was also written by Dr. Socrates. I'm not sure if he was credited as a writer in the other episodes, but it does kind of seem, if this is the first episode with Dr. Socrates, it might be a case of where, like Emerald Secret, for example, where, Aphmau had writer's block, so she brought Jason on to help with the writing process, and that changed the tone of the show dramatically from that point onwards. It seems like all the stuff that was set up before has been glossed aside in order to, like, I guess, well, except for the bully part, and just to continue in that vein. And, the trauma is being processed in the background, and that's really it. So it's like a little bit of stuff.
That should work in the priority list, but
Yeah, and I think the only reason the trauma is still there might be because obviously they can't get rid of that because, you know, the parents are dead. That's kind of like you can't avoid that part of the story. So it seems like everything else is like, okay, we're going to get a fresh start for this, but also we're not going to because it's still the same thing. So it seems like maybe it's not just, you know, an animation thing or a technical side of things where they're trying to improve stuff. They actually are actively trying to, you know, make what they think is a better story, and they are not doing so. Because it's a shame because like this series was actually on like an upward climb. We started this off with like episode 1, we're like, what the heck is this? And then gradually it was more okay, it's like, okay, we're sort of getting into this. Okay, so some aspects here that are actually quite interesting. You know, it's somewhat competent. It has some visual storytelling, and it has a cast that can sell drama occasionally. And it presents you with said drama. Um, but now it's a case of like, okay, now we've gone a bit too far in the opposite direction, and it seems like something has been lost over time. Not sure if that's to do with writer's block, because again, I'm not sure when Dr. Socrates came into the list of things, but yeah. Whatever happened, it happened, and hopefully next episode we end up picking things up again. Because I have no idea how long this is going to go on for. I imagine the standard 10 episodes that you get for voice acted gacha series. But we shall see. Honestly, this could have been, you know, a 5-part mini series onto the next thing if there was, you know, no story left to continue. But I suppose now we have more of a question like, okay, there's no sense of where this could be going apart from the revenge stuff. It's only much of a question for the rest of our characters at the moment anymore, because all of that, again, has been waived. So I guess what will the bullies do is the main question that we shall answer next time. This is point A. Point B, the story. Try my best to explain. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, well, I guess that's the mystery for now. So, yeah, we'll see. Thanks everyone for joining, and please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. And subscribe if not already. And and on that note, until next time, au revoir, mes amis.
Wobbly woo. I